In Islam, the Day of Judgment, Yawm al-Qiyamah or Yawm ad-Din, is one of the fundamental beliefs, central to the faith and worldview of Muslims. It is considered the culmination of the world, where Allah, God, will resurrect all beings and judge them based on their faith, deeds, and intentions. This day is described in detail in the Quran and Hadith, sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, and it represents a time of ultimate justice, mercy, and accountability. 1. Significance of the Day of Judgment in Islam. Belief in the Day of Judgment is one of the 6 articles of faith in Islam. Along with belief in Allah, angels, revealed books, prophets, and predestination, Muslims must believe in the resurrection and the final judgment. It serves as a reminder to live morally and righteously, as everyone will ultimately answer to Allah for their actions. This belief also brings hope to the oppressed and a warning to wrongdoers, emphasizing divine justice and the eventual reward for patience and righteousness. 2. Signs leading to the Day of Judgment. Islamic teachings detail both minor and major signs that will precede the Day of Judgment. These signs are intended to remind believers of the approaching end and to urge them to return to righteousness. Minor signs: increase in corruption, dishonesty, and immorality in society. Decrease in religious knowledge and practices. Rising numbers of people committing sinful behaviors openly. Natural calamities and an increase in societal conflicts and divisions. Major signs. The major signs mark the imminent arrival of the Day of Judgment and include: appearance of the Antichrist, Dajjal, a false messiah who will deceive many and lead them astray. Descent of Prophet Jesus, Isa Jesus will descend from heaven, defeating the Dajjal, and will live on earth as a just ruler. The emergence of Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj, 2 powerful and destructive forces that will spread corruption and chaos. The sun rising from the west. This unusual event will be a final sign, and after it, repentance will no longer be accepted. Other major signs include the smoke that will cover the earth, a great earthquake, and the blowing of the trumpet signaling the resurrection. 3. The resurrection. Allah will resurrect all people from their graves, bringing them back to life to be judged. The Quran emphasizes that resurrection is inevitable and that Allah has the power to bring all things to life after death. Souls will be reunited with their physical bodies, and everyone will be gathered on a vast plain, awaiting judgment. 4. The gathering, Hashr, and accountability. On the Day of Judgment, all beings will be gathered together for the final reckoning, Hashr. People will be divided into groups based on their deeds and faith, and everyone will be judged individually before Allah. Each person's deeds, recorded by the angels, will be reviewed. 2 angels, Kiraman Katibin, are assigned to record every action a person does, one for good deeds and one for bad deeds. A person's book of deeds, Kitab al-Amal, will be presented to them. The righteous will receive their book in their right hand, while the wrongdoers will receive it in their left hand or behind their back, signifying punishment. 5. The scale of deeds, Mizan. Allah will weigh each person's deeds on a divine scale, with good and bad deeds being balanced to determine their fate. The scale is described as a tool of ultimate fairness and justice, where even the smallest actions, intentions, and unspoken thoughts are taken into account. Those whose good deeds outweigh their bad deeds will be granted entrance into paradise, Jannah, while those whose sins are greater may face punishment in hell, Jahannam. 6. Intercession, Shafa'ah. Islam teaches that on the Day of Judgment, certain people may be allowed to intercede on